Hello, welcome to the Broken Meeple on YouTube. This is going to be probably the first unboxing video that airs on the channel. It's not the first one I've recorded. I've been doing a lot of co-op games this week, but as February has been allocated to Cooperative Game Month, it means that I need something to fill up January that isn't a co-op game. So we're going to take a look at Expedition Famous Explorers. Now, a lot of you probably haven't heard of this game, and you might not have even heard of the designer. He's called Wolfgang Kramer. But I wonder if you've heard of the original Expedition or an old game by Ravensburger called Wildlife Adventure. Now, Wildlife Adventure was a game where you laid out expeditions and tried to find all the endangered animals on a global map whilst trying to divert the expeditions away from your opponents. This was a really good family game, and I've been playing it through most of my childhood up to this age now. It's a popular one with the family because my family gets it. So this is effectively a reprint, rehash theme of that. Same sort of style, you lay out expeditions, but instead of endangered animals, you've now got landmarks and explorers with a few advanced rules to make it a bit more appealing to me in this day and age. So I'm quite excited to see what this is like, and it's difficult to get this one in the UK as well. You'll have a better luck getting it from the US, or Board Game Guru is where I got this from. It may be worth checking them out to see if they got any spare copies. But anyway, let's get into the box. Shrink wrap, get off. Oh god, that didn't sound good. Oops. I apologise for any background noise that this may have. Unfortunately, I'm having to make the best of what I've got. Okay, Expedition. Nice sturdy box, I'll give it that. As you can see, actually, yeah, it is quite thick. This is a very nice chunky box. Oh well, points already. Okay, let's have a look. Expedition Famous Explorers. We've got quick setup rules. Very nice. Now that is, the table looks complicated, but trust me, the game is a bit easier than you think. And important destinations. So setup rules, game setup styles. Okay, fair enough. Basic rules for arrow placement and end of game scoring. Okay, cool. Well, that's a nice little addition. And then the rulebook itself. Component wise, you've got a lot of these coloured arrows, you've got the board map and various cards which we'll be looking at, and wooden tokens. Rulebook itself looks, I'll try and bring this out a little bit more actually. Yeah, that's okay, so everything's quite laid out nice and big. There's a fair amount of text, but still doesn't look too complicated, and they do give diagrams. Scoring points, spending tickets, ending the game, and some advanced rules. Yeah, it doesn't look too complex, and there's a nice little bit of, okay, random photograph on the back there. Everything else is a drawn-on diagram, but for some reason, oh no, yeah, I've got some real photos here. Okay, fair enough. But the idea of this game is that you are going off and exploring, so it makes sense for them to do that. But Rulebook looks quite good quality and looks reasonably simple to take in, but I'll find out when I do more on that later. Standard cardboard cutout sheet. Most of these are just going to be for destination tokens. If I bring it up there you go, destination. And for tickets, which basically have uses during the game. And on the back, they're just exactly the same back to front. Let's try and take one of these out. Okay, those came out very easily. I do hate it with some cardboard punch-out sheets where you push it and then the thing sort of hangs by a little thread like that off the sheet, and then you have to peel off the bit of the paper in order to get it out. I really hate it when they don't take time to make those cardboard ones there, but they're very nice little, fairly chunky cardboard bits. You know, I expected them to be a bit more flimsy, but you know, they're solid. I can't bend them, so, well, I don't want to try and bend them too hard, but you know, no. Okay, I'm liking this so far. Just put those to one side. Now, I'll come to the board later, because it is going to be a big one. Okay, and seriously, does anybody actually use this stuff? The silica gel? Honestly, has anybody ever once used this stuff? Because I've never. And it seems to get packaged with everything. I mean, I thought I would escape it in a board game, but now it's... I don't know. Anyway, slight rant there. I like it even better when it actually says on there, I don't know if it says it on there, but it says like, do not eat. Which means that somebody in the past must have been stupid enough to have eaten it at some point. and yet they have to put a warning label on it in order not to get sued. Seriously, if you're dumb enough to eat this stuff, then you shouldn't be playing games. Or fairly enough, you know, there's quite a few things you shouldn't be doing, but, oh well, rant over. More of these arrows. These are what you lay on the board map. They look thinner than the old ones. The older ones I remember being a little bit more chunky than these, but not by too much. But they're just your standard, you know, bog of air arrows, red, yellow and blue. There's a lot of them though, so make sure you don't lose any of those, because it is quite quintessential to the game. And, oh, that's nice. And then they've actually put in some extra bags. I thought it was normally only Yuri Rosenberg and Z-Man games that tended to actually put these things in there, but okay, alright, that's a nice little addition. I suppose actually when you take these cards out you're going to want them. Okay, so the cards themselves, well, there's an example. Amazon Basin, South America, gives you a nice little bit of blurb as to what it is. A real photo of the area, which is a really nice touch. And of course it's done in a kind of explorer's parchment style. You can see the page corner there. Let's see if I can get the shrink wrap off and do a little bit more with that. Of course, after watching some of my other videos, you will also know that the shrink wrap is my ancient enemy, and basically it's not impossible for me to get it off. Come on, shrink wrap. Come on! Honestly, does anybody else have this much trouble with shrink wrap, or is it just me? It might just be me, but shrink wrap and I, we go back a long way, and it's not a good history. There we go. When all else fails, use a pen, or better still, keep a knife near you, I think, in future. Right, here we go. Nice, fairly finished cardboard, but, you know, puffy, but still quite good quality. I'm not expecting these to wear and tear anytime soon. And again, we've got Andes Mountains, a real photo. We've got Bariloche? Bariloche? I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that. Somebody want to correct me on that. But these are really good photos there. I'll try and get into the camera nicely, but these are proper photos. These aren't just artistic drawings. They're real photos imposed on this, and I really like this. It's a nice touch. Even some of the old explorers that are on there as well, like in this case, Colombia. I know that one. French Polynesia. So, okay, so basically that's what these cards are. These are all the various places you can go, and you've got some, these are all South America, so all these are Australia, so Fiji, McMurdo Sound, don't know what that is, Oceania, Australian Outback, Cambodia, Tasmanian Devil. And on the back, Expedition, nice compass and that. They're all the same across the back. But again, this is very good artwork. Component quality is so far impressing me. But then again, this game isn't the cheapest thing around. I mean, even Board Game Guru sell it for at least about 35 quid. So that's quite a fair bit that I was expecting for this game. But to be fair, if the component quality is this good, I'm happy with that. Here we've got event cards that you can play during a game with the advanced rules. So deduct one from the leader, look at secret locations, take this card, add 2 arrows, draw 3 expedition cards, gain 1 point if you are losing. So it's, you know, nice that. And you've also got these proper explorers, Marco Polo and various others, which basically say that if you do something by the end of the game, you get bonus points. Most of the time they tend to be if you've got like a particular colour or a set of something. But these are quite cool to have. And I like this from the previous game, like Wildlife Adventure, because they didn't have these before. So it's a nice little touch. Okay. Moving on to the next cards. I don't think these are going to be much different from the other ones. I believe these are all just expedition cards, and I am right. They are all just expedition cards. Here we go. So South Atlantic Ocean, South Africa. So these are the African ones. So Congo River, Hanno the Navigator, Hurdle McDonald, and the farm. Luke, yay! Oh, I thought that said Luke there for a second. It just says late. Oh, what a letdown. Mecca. Yep, all those. So, okay, that's all Africa. These are all, I believe, United Arab. This is going to be India. Yep, this is Asia. Yep, Pakistan, Russia, yep, this is all the Asian countries. And then presumably this is going to be North America, I'm sure we haven't had that yet. Oh no, this is Europe. Great. Greenland, UK, wait a minute, we have a landmark. Interesting here. Holy Islands, a 3-mile tile off the northeast coast of England. It was an important base for... Oh, interesting. So now, I'm not surprised it's a castle, because to be fair, you know, I live in the UK, we live in England, we're up to here with castles. We just long for a bungalow or something. Ah well, Greece, Ukraine, Arctic Ocean, so that's it. And finally, yeah, we must be on North America by now. Here we go. Copper Canyon, Fort Classop Fountain of Youth. So, like I say, these are all pretty much the same across the board. They give you a nice bit of flavour text. The title, they all look very colourful. I mean, I suppose colourblind people are going to have a little bit of an issue, I suppose. But then, to be honest, it does tell you where it is. Although, saying that, the Great Lakes, if you don't know where the Great Lakes are, then you're going to struggle. So, I suppose colourblind people might have an issue with this. You'll just have to look at the words on the board and check it out from there. But, like I say, they are pretty prominent in their colour scheme. Right. Now I'm going to need to shift the board for this because I can already tell that this board, if it's anything like the old game I played, it's going to be a big one. So, I hope the camera can do this one justice. Let's move these cards out of the way here. Okay. Now you can already tell that this is going to be a big board, and it's a colourful one. This feels very chunky. Whoa, cool. Whoa. Okay. I'll do half the board for now. I think if I do any more, I run the risk of just, well, the camera will not be able to get a decent look into it. There we go. So, try and tilt this up for you to see. So you can see that it's basically the globe of the world, and if I zoom in, hopefully this will get focus. Here we go. The Azores, Tenerife, Stepan, Marikov, Caspian Sea. So basically all the various areas you can go to are on the map. That's where you start from. And you lay the arrows on the dotted lines to get across the board. Now let's see if I can unload the board in its entirety. I gotta say, this is really nice feel. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Apologies for any light flare there, but let's see if I can... I'm going to take the camera off its stand for a minute, so apologies for the motion sickness. Here we go. Right, there we are. So we've got the points track at the bottom, the big logo, and look at that colourful map. I mean, that's going to bring some people to your gaming table, no problem. And of course, we zoom in further. Expedition Famous Explorers by Wolfgang Kramer, and you can just see the detail on this board. It's very, I mean, even the map itself is done in a sort of topographical style to represent the country. I mean, look at, you know, take a, here we go, around sort of like UK, you can see the green and the orange there to represent sort of hilly and mountain areas, and obviously you've got the similar thing with North America, you've got white for the Arctic areas. It's just really nice thing to look at. And, whoop, sorry, I'll come back out there. There we go. Chad, Heinrich. There's a lot more routes on here than I seem to remember in previous games, actually. It seems a little bit more contested, I thought, in the past, but no matter there. Sorry, let's put this back on the stand, i.e. my chair. Gotta love Joby tripods. But, okay, that's the board. It looks very good, I have to admit. This is a beautiful board, and I can see that there has been no compromise in quality with these components. This is a very good, promising reprint. So, that's it for the unboxing of this game, and that's everything that there is to see. I will be doing, of course, more unboxing videos in the future. Particularly in February, you will see a lot of co-op games being done. But I urge you to pick up this game, or at least try it out if somebody else has it. It was great for me as a kid, and I reckon this is still going to impress my family. I even bought this for my mum as a birthday present. So hopefully she will enjoy it at home, but I will be playing it with them when I go home, and I hope to get this around the games clubs and just introduce people to a little bit of nostalgia. So that's my unboxing video for Expedition Famous Explorers.